Hey y'all, welcome to another speed building video. This one is a slightly different vibe than my usual videos. The house is a little more modern. I feel like it gives really modern suburban vibes, which is not usually the style that I build in. Also, I never build in Oasis Springs ever. So that's new, and I honestly kind of regret it because when I was looking at the screenshots at the end of this build, I realized there's like a giant dinosaur in the background. Do you know what I'm talking about? Oasis Springs has that like giant dinosaur statue for some reason, but we made do. I tried to take my screenshots from an angle that kind of hid the dinosaur just because I thought it looked like kind of weird. No offense to dinosaurs or anything, but change is good, I guess. So I wanted to try building in Oasis Springs for once. I like never do it, especially because I don't know how to landscape when it's like this. I did my best. I just tried to make it look like it kind of went with the surrounding landscaping. I added some rocks similar to the ones that surround this lot, and I just like added some cactuses and like tropical looking or like desert looking plants. Anyway, so I don't usually do this kind of landscaping or this kind of build, but I thought I'd try something new. And I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. I don't actually start the landscaping until almost the end of the video, but for now I'm just making the general shape of this house. Again, it's like pretty suburban-ish, but like weirdly tall and skinny, and like I just wanted it to look a little funky, a little different. Lately I've been just making my shells without any reference photos and just doing whatever I think looks cool and not really bothering with things like realism or like worrying about, I don't know, how realistic my builds look. I just do whatever and have more fun with it. And now we are popping into the interior. So I look at a couple different wallpapers. I have a favorite exposed brick wallpaper that I try, but I end up switching it for more of a black and white look. So yeah, most of the walls are just like a simple brick painted white, but then I added a few accent walls here and there where the brick is kind of painted gray. And one of the reasons why this build is so short, I think, is because I decorate the interior a lot more minimally than what I usually would do. Usually I'd add a bunch of like crazy decorations everywhere. I like to clutter up my builds a little bit, but I kept it quite minimal. Like this room, for instance, just has seating, television, plant. That's it, you know? I keep it nice and simple. I thought that fit the modern vibe, and it ended up saving me a lot of time as well, so I guess that's a win-win for me. And then I am just making the kitchen area here. It's kind of a weird shape. It wraps around a little bit. I add some bar stool seating, and then I use the completely white swatch of the wooden cabinets from Dream Home Decorator. And then I thought that this kind of separate stove and oven gave kind of like a modern vibe, so I went with that. The exposed hood vent, is that what that's called? One second, let me look up what that's called. Okay, I just looked it up and I was right. That is what it's called, a hood vent. And yeah, I just thought having that exposed like gave kind of a modern vibe. Not really sure. Again, modern builds are not my specialty. But then instead of upper cabinets here, I added some open shelving. Again, I didn't want to clutter it up too much, so I just add a couple of pieces of clutter here and there, and then that's it. And then you'll see me now grabbing these kind of hexagonal, weird wall decorations. They're actually shelves from the kids' room stuff pack, but I just thought that they were really fun, and I use them like everywhere in this build. There's one in the living room, one in the entryway, and then I add a couple of them in the upstairs bedroom as well. So they're supposed to be kids' shelves, but I found that if you use them in the solid black or solid white swatch, they don't look too kiddie, so they could just be like regular wall decorations. And I don't know about you guys, but I do kind of get tired of using the same wall decorations over and over, so I wanted to branch out a little bit and try it. And I feel like I pulled it off, more or less. I think it looks pretty good. I feel like weird hexagonal wall decorations is like modern. I don't know. Again, I have no idea what's modern and what's not. I'm just completely faking it. Anyway, here we are upstairs and I'm using those wall decorations again. How cute. So I don't know if I've already mentioned this, but this house only has the one bedroom, which is the whole upstairs area. So really only one sim or a couple can live here. I suppose you could add like a toddler bed somewhere, but yeah, it's really only for a couple of sims. And one thing I have to say is if you do download this, I've made like a custom desk area, as you can see here, and it works fine as long as you have your sim sit on the stool. So if you have your sim sit on the stool and then you click on the computer, then you can use the computer. But if you just straight up click on the computer without first sitting on the stool, then it doesn't work. And I played around with it. I tried like moving things around, but that was the best I can do. So everything is functional. You just have to sit on the stool before you can use the computer. So hopefully you guys don't mind that if you want to download this build. And if you are interested in downloading this build or any of my other builds, I'll have my gallery ID name and all the information you might need in the description down below. And if you think my gallery ID name is weird, that's because it is. My boyfriend actually chose it. I didn't get a say in it, and I'm thinking of changing it, maybe just because it's so weird, but I'll have that below, like I said, so you can check out any of my builds that you might want to see. But we're back in the exterior, and at first I had painted the walls kind of all a light color, but now I'm going in with some black accent walls, and I'm giving this house like a black and white look. And I've just paved in the backyard entirely, added some lounge chairs and a pool, kept it nice and simple. And as far as like the rest of the landscaping goes, whatever you see around this lot is what I did. I took the surrounding plants and rocks and just kind of copied them and spread them throughout the lot to really make it look like this house belongs here, and just was kind of like built around the nature, I guess. And then I wanted the pool to have a deep blue color, so I painted it actually with some blue hardwood floor, which is a little weird, but it gave me the color I wanted. And then I don't show a lot of the landscaping, but yeah, we're pretty much at the end of this here, so I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoy the screenshots. Okay, love you, bye.